Denver, Colorado. After pulling into a parking lot of the city's police department, Justin Rosen takes desperate measures to escape his former lover, Teresa Perez.
Justin races past Officer Yoder and seeks cover behind one of the vehicles parked in the lot. Meanwhile, Yoder is staring down the barrel of Teresa Perez's handgun. And since he's just gotten off duty, he doesn't have either his gun or his radio with him. They're both inside his vehicle.
He races back to his truck and begins searching frantically through his gym bag for his weapon, all the while keeping one eye on Teresa Perez.
At the same time, he's digging through his bag and finally finds his gun. He pulls it out and points it at Teresa, ordering her to drop her weapon.
Perez ignores him and walks forward, trying to locate Justin Rosen.
Yoder is backing up around his vehicle. He's trying to get it between him and Teresa as a kind of shield. And she's asking him, where is he? She's intent on finding Justin and shooting him.
From his position, Yoder can see Justin trying to hide behind a car that is parked in the lot.
Officer Yoder repeats his order, demanding that she drop the weapon.
He's yelling at her, I'm a police officer, put down your weapon.
But Teresa Perez has no interest in surrendering.
Instead, she takes her gun and points it at her own head and says to the officer, go ahead and shoot me. Kill me.
Yoder is able to turn on his police radio and report the situation.
He's calling TAC 36. He has a party holding a gun to her head. She's threatening and dangerous.
Officer Yoder turns to Justin Rosen.
He thinks this is his chance to get Rosen to safety. He's going to put him in his vehicle where he can defend him against Teresa.
Finally, Justin Rosen sees Officer Yoder motioning to him. After a few seconds, he begins running.
He's moving as fast as he can. This is a man with a history of heart problems. It doesn't take long for Teresa to spot him.
At the same time, two officers who were inside the station and heard Yoder's call race out into the parking lot.
When they get outside, they see Officer Yoder standing at the back of his vehicle. But they're so far away, they can't do anything about it.
Justin almost makes it to relative safety, but Teresa is on the prowl.
Suddenly, gunshots ring out.
Officer Yoder hears two shots and sees Justin fall to the ground. And now he's face to face with Teresa Perez, who is pointing the gun at him and continuing to squeeze the trigger.
Yoder feels something hit him. He ducks down behind his vehicle, trying to use it for protection.
Teresa Perez turns back to Justin Rosen, who's lying on the ground, bleeding.
She stands right over him and just fires one shot after another at point-blank range.
At this, Officer Yoder begins firing at Teresa, as do the other two officers who are across the way.
The gunfire stops. Teresa Perez falls to the ground.
The two officers run up to the area and see both Teresa and Justin lying motionless on the ground. There's a gun lying on the ground and they kick it away from Teresa.
Minutes later, paramedics arrive and rush Yoder, Teresa Perez, and Justin Rosen to Denver Health Medical Center. While Yoder survives with only minor injuries, both Perez and Rosen are pronounced dead at the hospital.
The chief medical examiner revealed that Justin bled to death from 15 bullet wounds. Teresa Perez died after being shot 6 times.
The Denver Police Department conducted a thorough investigation of the shooting. They determined that Teresa Perez did in fact shoot and kill Justin Rosen, and that she in turn was killed by the Denver police acting with justifiable force.
It certainly seems as if Teresa Perez had reached the point of no return that day. She was apparently consumed with hatred towards Justin Rosen because of his refusal to leave his wife, and she was willing to die in order to ensure that he paid that price as well.